All right, welcome back. This is probably going to be my favorite lesson of the course. So I'm just going to start off with, if you've played around and your AI input produces results that might seem basic or mundane, it is due to the parameters that it's trained on. So it's trained to assume a baseline. AI has its own baseline, and that's why it arrives at these logical and often simple results. So in order to get quality results that are effective for what you want, you need to learn how to implement what I'm going to call the power prompt. So a power prompt is the ultimate tool for AI. It helps to really boost creativity and structure content sessions, guides you in your writing process. And the thing is, creating effective AI prompts is its own art, and it's its own science, and it requires careful consideration of your goals and the purpose of your prompts. So in this lesson, we're going to explore the key elements of effective AI prompts, and I'm going to give you tips and tricks on crafting your very own. I'm going to repeat it because I know I said it, but it's the information in this lesson. Essentially, AI is only as good as the data that you feed it. So know your goals. Before you get started crafting your AI-powered content, it is crucial to have a very clear idea of what you are hoping to achieve from it. So what kind of output do you want to create? By setting these goals, you can design prompts that are exactly what you need. So the power prompt provides the AI with enough information to generate output that is tailored to the specific needs and preferences of the person asking for help. Now we're going to take a look at what all of this means in just a moment, but as a general overview, it often includes information about the topic and then specific details about that topic, a target reach or a target market, any sort of specific requirements, specific preferences, desired formatting, anything that's necessary for those optimal results. So I'm going to give you some examples here. And I'm just going to, for the sake of this first example, just use online ads as a model. So what I could say to AI, if I wanted an ad and I'd never looked into it before, I'm going to assign the AI a role. So rather than saying, help me write an ad on this, or I'm going to put an ad on Facebook for this, what I'm going to do instead is give the AI a role. So I can say, I want you to act as an ads specialist for Meta and Facebook, teaching algorithms to beginners creating ads for the first time. Your goal as a specialist is to educate beginners on the exact optimal setup of online ads in order to produce the best conversions. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to just highlight what I've done in this text. I have called out that the AI is an ads specialist, where they work. So I could say at an ad agency or at a marketing firm, something that is more specific in the data so it knows what it's an ad specialist. It has some context, right? So the role, and then what the role entails, in this case, teaching algorithms. And then I have level of difficulty or level of target market. So I say beginners, and then creating ads for the first time. Then I let the AI know that your goal as a specialist. So that's their task or their goal, that's their objective, that's what you're giving the AI, is to educate. So they're not creating content in this setup, in this example. They are educating those beginners. So there's the task of educating, there's the target market again, beginners, on the exact optimal setup. So it's not the setup, it's optimal, okay? It's desired, something like that, of online ads in order to produce the best conversions. So I also have my main goal, that last objective is to produce conversions. This would be even better had I assigned what it is that their client wants. So I could say you are an ad specialist at Meta at Facebook, and your client is hiring you to do XYZ. Your client, who is a graphic designer, and giving a specific campaign detail. So what is it that they're trying to promote? Something like that, it would be the most effective. Now I can continue with this data and I can say to the AI what type of ad format would be the most effective in reaching specific target audience for specific product or offer. And how can I optimize the ad campaign to increase conversion rates and maximum ROI? So what that could look like is I want you to, let's insert some stuff here. I want you to act as an expert advertiser. You will create a campaign to promote product or offer. You will choose a target audience, develop key messages and slogans, select media channels for promotion, and decide on any additional activities needed to reach your goals. So you're telling this to the AI, and then you can say, my first suggestion request is I need help creating an advertising campaign for insert purpose. So I know that that's a lot, and I know that it's like a general planting of this idea for you. Remember, I have created a full guide for you that has a lot of these prompts that are pre-made where you can plug your information in there to get you going. And this is going to be a muscle that builds over time. So as you do it, you're going to start to understand how to insert this information so that you can get to your bottom line. So ideally, the essential AI power prompt, it doesn't always have to, even though I want to use the word must, but it should incorporate the AI role. So that's you are a, act as a, pretend you are, something like that. And then you have your target audience. So this is so you can tailor the language and tone to suit who your content is for. And then you have your topic, idea, or subject and emphasis of whatever it is you're creating. Super important is the purpose or the goal of what you're trying to achieve with the content. Are you trying to inform? Are you trying to persuade? Are you trying to educate? Are you trying to build connection? Are you trying to entertain? And then the context. So providing the big picture and audience relevance. Any details that are highlighting the essential core information. And this part's really fun. The voice or tone of how your content is set up and perceived by readers. So some examples of ways that AI can be used to adjust your content's tone include like using subtle changes in language to create a more formal or informal feel, or using humor or other stylistic, ways to just create more engaging output. And that's just a matter of saying, summarize this in a casual way, summarize this in a confident way, something along those lines. Again, getting more into this in a bit. And then there's the limit. So that's the number of words or the number of characters or length of time. You could include sources or references that might be relevant, and then call to action. So that's not always necessary depending on what you're creating. But if it is something and you want there to be a desired outcome or a desired action from whatever it is that you're building, always include your CTA and then additional relevant details. So the more specific your data is, the more specific your results will be, right? This is what I would consider your key to best results in all of your input, in all of those entries, and it's your main go-to template that you'll find in your template vault. But then I've also included specific templates to assist you in creating highly attention-grabbing and discoverable and wildly engaging, blog posts, social media posts, product descriptions, emails, product, event, business names, like all this kind of stuff. You've got it accessible to you in your downloads. So once you have all of these elements in place, you can create content that is tailored to each individual audience or segment, if you will, that's relevant to their interests, to their, it just provides informative and actionable items for them. I'm going to give you a quick hot tip. If you want to guarantee that your input is even more thorough before you officially enter the prompt, now this is something that I've sampled quite a bit, so you can phrase it like this. You actually say this part. Let's say I'm entering the following into ChatGPT, and then you insert your prompt and then follow with, what other details should I include in this prompt in order to get the best results? So when you learn to curate your content, and optimize your workflow to meet your exact criteria, it makes it, highly optimized for search discoverability and for social engagement. So it's going to really feed you some help, and you can get that guidance from AI itself. It's pretty cool. So in our next lesson, we are going to explore 6 ways that you can alter ChatGPT's writing style to best suit your desired tone of voice. I'll see you in a moment.